Okay, this is the PreSonus PD-70. This is a brand new microphone. It's not even a month old. I mean, lots of videos right now on YouTube explaining what it is, how it works. I am here to do A/B testing using the, again, PreSonus PD-70 and the Rode Podmic. So let's check it out. So we're going to do an A/B test with both microphones. I think they are properly distanced from my mouth, my face. And I also have some things going on in the laundry room. So, just to see if it's going to pick up some background noise. So again, this is an A/B test. This is a review of the PreSonus PD-70. Let's get into it. Both microphones are running through my Rodecaster Pro. And right now I have all processing on for both microphones. What you're hearing is the PD-70, the PreSonus. Now I'm going to turn that off. And now what you're hearing is the Rode Podmic. Again, this microphone, it's basically, flying off the shelves. So just to make this test kind of even, I'm going to throw on a windscreen. This thing is huge though, isn't it? Look at it. But let's put it on anyway. Okay, so there you are. Like I said, this thing is huge. Now I am speaking into the Podmic. All the processing is on. And I'm going to switch over to the PD-70. And this is what everything sounds like. Let me put my headphones on. So these are the KRK KNS 8400s. I've had these headphones for about 8 years. Very underrated. You may want to check them out. They're about $100. So I am speaking into the Podmic right now. All the processing is on. I did throw a windscreen on this. So that's what everything sounds like. Now I am switching off. Now I am speaking into the PD-70. This is what the PD-70 sounds like with all processing. Let's switch back over to the Podmic. That's what this sounds like. This is a really huge windscreen. It looks really big. Let's take off all the processing. Okay, so I took off all processing on both mics. Right now you're hearing the PD-70. Nothing's on, no processing. And now you're listening to the Podmic. This is what everything sounds like. I will bring these microphones closer to my mouth. Let's go here. And let's bring that up right there. I know this is crazy, right? Okay, I am speaking directly into the PD-70. And now I am speaking into the Podmic. Again, I have no processing on. There is some things happening upstairs as well, so you may be able to hear that. Let's turn the processing back on. Okay, so the processing is back on, and now you can hear how everything sounds a bit more like, you have broadcast quality here. I am speaking into the PD-70. Let's turn that off. And now I am speaking into the Rode Podmic. In my headphones, I can really hear the noise gate working with the Podmic. That's something that I had always noticed because I generally have been recording with the Podmic. I do a lot of my, most of my podcasts I do with the Podmic. But lately I have been, since I've gotten the PD-70, I have been doing my podcast with the PD-70. Let's switch off the Podmic and let's go to the PD-70. And this is what the PD-70 sounds like. All the processing is on. This sounds, this sounds, interesting. I like how this sounds. Let's do this. All the processing is on. Again, I'm using the Rodecaster Pro. All the processing is on. Let's take off the noise gate only. 1 second. Okay, so the noise gate is off. I am speaking into the PD-70. You can just see, I know that I hear some things in my headphones in terms of a little background noise, but I'm not quite sure if that's like coming through in terms of the recording or not. Let's go over to the Podmic. And this is what the Podmic sounds like. In my headphones, I hear some sort of humming, some distortion. But again, that can just be, just what I hear inside of my headphones. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to hear that, if you're going to hear that through the video itself. Let's go over to the PD-70. And this is what the PD-70 sounds like. I don't hear any distortion or hum in my headphones when the PD-70 is on and we have no noise gate on. But if I switch back over to the Podmic, I do hear that sort of hum and a little bit of distortion as well. A lot more bass on my voice. And again, we do have the noise gate off, so let's switch back over to the PD-70. And this is what the PD-70 sounds like. Wow. Okay, like I can't just, again, this is just the A/B test. So let's go back over to the Podmic. And this is what the Podmic sounds like. I am testing this out with no noise gate. Now we're going to keep the noise gate off, and let's take off the big bottom. Again, I am using the Rodecaster Pro. We're going to take off the big bottom. 1 second. Okay, so we have no noise gate and the big bottom is off. I am speaking into the PD-70, and this is what it sounds like. There's a smooth character to this microphone. I like this microphone. It's kind of cool. And this is what the Podmic sounds like. No big bass, no noise gate. And again, I do hear a little hum, some distortion. I do hear the dryer going in the laundry room. I can hear some things upstairs as well. But again, that's just coming through my headphones. I'm not quite sure if that's going to come through the actual recording, but we'll see. Let's go back to the PD-70. And now I am on the PD-70. Again, I like how this microphone sounds. I recorded my last podcast with this microphone. And now I am on the Podmic. And again, this is what it sounds like with no big bottom, no noise gate, and this is what it sounds like. Let's take off one more processor. I ended up taking off the high pass filter. So right now I'm speaking into the PD-70. I have the high pass filter off, the noise gate off, and the big bottom. Let's go over to the Podmic. And this is what the Podmic sounds like. Again, no high pass filter, no noise gate, no big bottom. The PD-70 is a microphone that costs $130. It's a great microphone to sort of have in view if you're doing like video podcasting. And look how it looks, it looks pretty good. That's pretty cool. Now, the Podmic, again, it's a beautiful microphone. It has a nice girth to it. It looks great and it sounds really awesome. I think this windscreen makes it look kind of clunky. But other than that, it's a great sounding microphone, and it's $100. And like I said, this thing is flying off the shelf. This may be the podcasting microphone of the year because Rode just like knocked it out the park. And now I'm back to the PD-70. Again, we have no high pass filter, noise gate or big bottom on. Everything's going through the Rodecaster Pro, and that's what this sounds like. This is a really interesting addition to this sort of podcasting space because again, this microphone looks beautiful, it sounds good, and it's only $130. So let's put all the processing back on and sort of like zip this up. And I'm going to move this out the way. Not because I don't like it, but because I'm about to finish this video up. So there you have it. That was an A/B test of the PreSonus PD-70, a brand new microphone in this podcasting space, and my trusty Rode Podmic. Let's take this off because again, so there you have it. We have the PreSonus PD-70 and the Rode Podmic. This was an A/B test. This is a beautiful addition to the podcasting space. The microphone looks beautiful. I think it sounds awesome. But this here, there's a warmth to this microphone that I'm feeling. It sort of rounds, for me anyway, right? It rounds out my voice. So I'm really feeling this microphone. But there you have it. A/B test, PreSonus PD-70, brand new microphone, and the Rode Podmic is killing it right now in the game. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.